All right, hello everybody, and happy Black Friday evening. Hope that everyone's had a fun day today, recovering from the uh, turkey and gravy and stuffing and cranberries, or however you celebrated. And so we're bringing back our double feature Friday today. So earlier today we played out two weeks of our American football season. Split those two games, and here tonight we are going to be showcasing real-time Fishin game by PLAAY Games. Just released today. It was part of their holiday sale, and it is available right now. It's a PDF only. You get. I'll show you everything that you get with the game, pretty much right here on the table right now. And then there is also an expansion you can get that includes, I think it's 64 additional fictional anglers that you can have on your table, so you can have a bigger tournament uh, and uh, and have some yeah, have a bigger tournament with a bunch of fictional players. So, what is real-time fishing game? Basically, it's a game where you're going to go out and you're trying to catch the most fish and the with the biggest combined weights before you run out of time. So you have your tackle box here that is also your score sheet, and what's going to happen every turn that you don't catch a fish for whatever reason, you'll mark an X on that, and then when you have three X's, that means that your day is over, that you're exhausted. Also, if you ever use up all of your items in your tackle box, your day is over. And the way we catch fish is by rolling dice. So at its heart, this is a dice rolling manipulation game, if you will. There are four different type of fish. There's 72 cards that come, so you'll print them out and then shuffle them all together. And we start the game by dealing out the cards onto our pond here. So there will always be 8 fish out here on the pond. The board is broken up into 8 spaces between near and far, and that's determining how far you're casting, whether you're casting closer to yourself or further away. So the four different types of categories we have three of them out here. So there's small, medium, and large, and then there's also an unknown where it can go all the way from a tire, an old tire, up to the big one, which is the biggest weighted fish that you can catch here. You'll have three different types of lures that you can use. Red, blue, and green, and they generally correspond to the color of the fish that you are going with. Red, blue, and green for small, medium, and large, respectively. However, some of the fish do have different lure requirements on them, and you won't know until you reveal them after your cast. So you will need to slide dice with the game. So the red, blue, and red die for your lures, and then a black and white die. So every turn, you'll roll the black and white die, and you'll also pick one of the three colored die. And then before you roll, you'll decide if you are going to cast near or far. And as you can see, it has a cast strength on there. So initially, for casting near, you can't fail the cast roll. It's saying that it has to be less. Oh, actually, I guess you could fail it if you rolled 3 6s. But other than that, it just has to be less than 18. If you decide to cast far, the total of your 3 dice has to be greater than 6. So we'll go through our first turn. Once our turn is done, we'll move on to our AI opponent. There is 8 different AI opponents that come with the base game. And they range in values of how good they are. There's a championship contender, a superstar. There's an unskilled one. So I decided to go with the average Joe, which is angler number 5 here, and we'll show you how the AI turn works here in just a second. Other than that, the rule book is just 6 pages, or 5 pages rather. No, 6 pages. There we go. I got them printed out double-sided there, and you'll print out a sheet of your scorecards. It comes with 4 on them, and then you just cut them. I've also laminated my scorecards as well as the game board itself. And then for the AI fishermen, anglers, you will need 3 chips. So every time they get an exhaust result or an X, you'll just put a chip on top of them. And then when they have 3 chips, they are done for the day. All right, so here we go. We'll start here. We'll aim small first. So I'm gonna do a near cast, and I will choose a red lure, and we will roll away. All right, so the first thing we'll be looking at is the white die. That's going to tell us what fish we have cast next to. In this case, it's number 5. The black die tells us how the fish has reacted to the cast. So 1 or 2 is good. That means we've got a hit, and we can try to start reeling the fish in. 3 or 4 would be a nibble, where you can leave your lure there and see if you can attract it, and you'll re-roll. A 5 or a 6 means that the fish has ignored it, and without any dice manipulation, that would end your turn. But in our case, we got lucky here, and we got a hit right on the first one. So that means we get to flip this over and see our first fish. And so we have, it is a 3-pound sleeker. So down here, it tells us what the number needs to be on our lure die, and then what color it needs to be. So we have the correct color, but unfortunately, it's saying a 1, a 4, or a 5, and we rolled a 6. So that means that unless we want to end our turn empty-handed, we're going to have to go to our tackle box. The tackle box here has 12 different boxes that you can use throughout your day. The top row is just simply numbers. So you cross that off and you replace whichever die you'd like with that number. And then on the bottom row, you have a -2, a -1, two re-rolls, and then a +1 and a +2. So I think in my case, let's get rid of that. We'll use the 4. So we'll cross that off. That'll change our red 6 to a red 4, and that means that we have landed our first fish, and he gets put down into the boat, and we are off and running. Put our dice back here, we'll replace the fish, and then we'll go over and see how our average Joe did on his first turn. Welcome to everyone joining me here live. I see Robert is here from the RJL Network, Ryan Morrison, Steve O is here, and Zach Evans. Yeah, I mean, Zach, you're right. Why fishing is all about having a couple drinks, right, while you're out in the lake, as long as you're the one not driving the boat. All right, so for the AI angler, you'll just roll the black and white die. The white die, again, will tell you which fish they're after, and then the black die, if it's an odd, it means that they are casting far, and if it's even, they are casting near. If you'd like, you can also roll a third die to determine that. So he is going after the small fish far, and then we total the dice, which is a 10. We look, there's 3 columns here. It corresponds to the black die. In this case, we have the 5. And a total of 10 means that he is going to come up empty, and he will get his first exhaust token. And anytime you do not catch a fish that you have cast at, they just get returned to the bottom of the stack, and then you replace it. And there we go. All right, so our first turn, we didn't catch a big one, but at least we did catch something, and we're 3 pounds ahead of our opponent. And that's really how quick this is to get into. So now here on our second turn, why don't we try to go for something a little bigger. We're gonna do a far cast. And I am going to choose the green lure. So we have 2 large fish up there, which usually need a green lure, and then sometimes a medium fish will also require a green or blue, and then sometimes even a red. So your medium and smalls can, or actually all of them can vary, but the color of them usually tells you which lure you're going to be going for. So here is our roll. All right, and so we are casting over here, and this time we rolled a 4, which means we got a nibble. So when you get a nibble, it means that the fish is there, but they haven't been hooked yet. And what you can do without spending anything from your tackle box is you can just re-roll again, and what we're looking for is to get a hit. So we need a 1 or a 2. If we get a 3 or 4, it'll keep nibbling and we can keep re-rolling. But if we get a 5 or a 6, that means then the fish has lost interest and we'll move on. So here is our re-roll. Oh, and we do get the 6. All right, so now we have a decision to make. We could spend a piece of our tackle box here to change that 6 down to something, or we could simply re-roll it. If we don't, we're going to have to use up one of our time slots. And also something to think about is that because we're on this medium, there is a chance that we're going to have the wrong lure anyways. So, oh, and then, sorry, one other thing that you can do or a couple other things you can do with your dice from your tackle box is you can use one to peek at one of the fish if you're playing a multiplayer, or you can simply turn it over. And you can use up one of your spaces to completely refresh the fish pool here. So you can spend one, cross it off, and then discard all these to the bottom of the stack, and then deal out 8 more cards. I think for us, let's oh boy, we're gonna use up a re-roll to re-roll that black die. Oh my gosh, and then we rolled a 6 again. Oh boy, now we've invested in this, and it's for something that we might not even go be able to get. I think because we're ahead, we're gonna take our loss here and mark down 1x of our day. All right, and so that fish will swim away, and it will be replaced by a large one. Okay, over to our average Joe. We'll roll for him. He is going to be casting near and going after number 2. Total of 4 there means that he gets a nibble. So when you get a nibble result, you'll go over here to this column. It says got a nibble, and we're going to roll again, and it's a range. And this time it's a nibble on a small fish. So this says that he will catch it on a 11 through 55. Black die is first, and indeed he does catch it. And let's see what he got. He got a hot pickle that is worth 3 pounds, and now we're all knotted up. As Doug Hunt joins us in the chat room. Welcome, Doug. Okay, so back over to me. Let's see. We're gonna go. We're gonna do another far cast, and let's see what we can do here. This time we are at number 6, and oh, we are gonna get a hit. But we have a green die of 1, so we're probably going to have to use up something. And let's see, this is a Ferdinand, and it's worth, it's 8 pounds. Oh boy, and we need a lure number of 3 and green or blue. All right, so we are going to use up the 3 spots in our tackle box, and that will hook us a fish. And there we go. All right. And now we have our first unknown come out into the pond. So again, the unknown, they have some really, really big fish that can go over there, and then there are some there's some junk that you can pull up that are worth 0. And never sure exactly what color lure you're going to need for that. So let's roll for our AI opponent. He is going to be casting far, looking at number 5, and he gets a total of 8 with a black die of 3. He is going to get a nibble. So a nibble on a large fish is an 11 through 32 for him, and he does catch it. And let's see what he gets. He gets an 11-pound lunker, and Average Joe has taken the lead. He now has 14 pounds to our 11. So back to us. We are going to cast far again, and we are going to use our green lure. And let's see what we can do here. Let's see. So it's going to go at number 4. We're going to get a nibble, and we got a good die roll on our lure. All right, so a nibble, so we can re-roll that, and we do get the hit. Okay, so let's see what we are after, and it's a striped butte for 7 pounds. This one requires a lure number of 4, green or blue. All right, so we will use our -1 from the tackle box to change that 5 to a 4, and then we will haul him in, and we retake the lead. 18 pounds to 14. Both of us have used up 1 time slot on our card. All right, let's see what he does. This is going to be a far cast to the number 1 spot. A 4 is going to be a nibble. He gets another nibble on a large fish. So looking for 11 through 32, and he does not get it. So that fish will get away, and he comes up empty-handed. And now he is 2/3 of the way through his day. And we are only 1/3 through. All right, back to us. Let's see. So now we've got an interesting mix here, as we have 3 unknowns up top and a small. So I think I'm going to use a blue lure, and we will go to the far cast and try our luck there. So we're going at number 3, and we are going to get a nibble and a blue die of 4. So I will just briefly go through what happens if we don't match one up. Let's see. So because I just want to show off how that number can change. Oh gosh, and I forgot which step that was. Oh, there we go. Oh, so if that's what it is. If you get a nibble, but you landed on a spot that you don't particularly want, say like if we had been using a green lure, instead of just re-rolling the nibble, you can decide to re-roll all 3 dice and recast. But it's gonna reset the numbers to what the total of this die is. So in this case, we have a total of 10. So on a recast, if we're gonna go far, it would have to be greater than 10, and a recast to the near, it would have to be less than 10. So I think maybe we will do that because we don't want to get that small fish. So we're gonna recast. So we'll pick everything up, and now we're going to cast far, and now it needs to be greater than 10 on our 3 dice, and we do get it. And we do hit an unknown, but it's going to be a nibble. So this time we will just, let's see. I forget what the actual terminology is. Oh, it's change your reeling speed. That's what it's called. So you just keep re-rolling this until we get a hit or ignore. And oh, and we got the ignore. Oh, that's a bummer. All right. So we are going to use our number 2 from the tackle box to change the black die to a 2. And oh, and it's the big boy. Oh, darn. And that one, it only can use a green lure, so that is unfortunate. So your tackle box, it can only change the number of the die. It cannot change the color. So that is a bummer. The big boy is going to get away, a 23-pounder, and we are going to come up empty. And that will be our 2nd time slot of the day. We're down to our last one, as is our opponent. Let's see what Average Joe does here. He's going to be casting near at number 4, a total of 6 with a black die of 2. This result is small one. So when you get a result like that on the AI card, if it's a small one or sometimes it'll say big one, what you're going to happen, what will happen is, I believe they just simply take, yes. So a small one means that the pro catches the smallest available fish in the target area based on the card back. So in this case, a small one, it means he's going to either grab the number 2 or number 3. So we'll roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he is going to grab this one. And he just gets a little tiddler for 1 point. But his day does continue. If you got a result on an AI card that was big one, he would just simply he would catch the whatever the biggest weight fish is up there, going from small, medium to large. And again, if you had like 2 large, you just roll between them. Okay, so back to us. We are still in the lead, but we only have one time slot left here. Um, we'll go for a far cast, and we're going to use our green lure. And we're going to be here. Oh, and we are going to get a hit. Right on the cast. All right. And hey, look at that. It's a fat boy, an 8-pounder. And we need a green lure of 3, and that's what we got. So we'll just reel that fat boy in and not have to use anything from our tackle box. That was a good round for us. All right, over to the average Joe. Let's see, he's going to be casting far, looking at number 5, a total of 6, and he gets another small one result. So between those two, he'll grab this one. He gets a 3-pound Sleek Zeke. Okay, so we're both doing as much fishing as we can with the last time slot we have left on our scorecard. Right now, let's see, I am up 26 pounds, and he has 14, 15, 18. So a close one here. I'm gonna cast up top there, and I'll use the green lure. Let's see. It's gonna be going at number 3, and it'll be a nibble, and we get the green 6. So I'll keep adjusting my speed, see if we can get him to bite, and indeed we do. What is it? It's a fingerling, a 2-pounder, anything but a 5. Actually, I hadn't seen this one yet. So normally it'll specifically say the color lure, but this is anything but a 5, or any red lure would catch him. So we had a 6, so we will catch that little guy. And our round continues. Let's see how the average Joe does. He is going to have a far cast. That's number 5. 10, and that is going to do it. He gets his 3rd chip on his card, and he will end his day, what was it, with 18 points? 11, 12, 15, 18. So there we go. So that would give us the win here if we were just playing a one-day tournament. If you're playing a multi-day tournament, we could keep going just to see how much weight we could get. But there we go. That is real-time fishing game available now. So it's a game you can play. You can play with multiple players, where everyone. It does come with 4 cards, but I guess I don't really see why you couldn't have more. Just print that score sheet off multiple times. You could play against multiple AI opponents. You could run a tournament with just the AIs and just play through. Just roll out for them. Yeah, really fun game. And a lot of good. I love decision points with with manipulating dice. It's a good little brain burner, but not anything too much. Although I suppose you could suffer from analysis paralysis if you really thought about it too long. But yeah, there we go. So again, there is a link down the show notes below. It is available right now as a PDF purchase, just $9 during the Play Holiday Sale, as well as an expansion that adds a whole slew of other amateur fictional anglers that you can add, and it also has additional rules in there for running a tournament. If you want to go beyond what comes in the base rules. So there we go. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This a quick here hit on the double feature Friday. We'll be back on Monday with Monday Night Tights. and then we'll be back on Friday, continuing our season with football. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Hope you have a great weekend. Lots of fun. Lots of great sales going on for this Black Friday weekend. So a lot of games you can add to your table. And if you enjoyed what you see here, maybe this will be one of them that you add to yours. So until next time, my name's Steve. Get out there, have fun, play games, and I will see you after further review. Have a good one, everybody.